Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj. Ramacharya Vilas Thakur. Prem se Ghosh Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasa Guru Antar Bhakti Vrindavan Tulsi Devi Bhakti Devi Samaya Bhakti Devi all heavenly all distress all Guru and Lord. I was counting yesterday while I was singing, almost 50 people left this hall as soon as I started chanting Jaya. The result is there is no training behind this. There is no tradition of this. So I will tell you so that you can stay towards the world. Srila Prabhupada was very fond of this song and sang it just before his lectures in Allahabad and Gorakhpur. Srila Prabhupada fell into a trance. What is a trance? It's a samadhi. And what's the steps to samadhi? Vishwamitra used to see 60,000 years and still he didn't get a samadhi. And Prabhupada got it just by chanting Jaya. So, there are steps. Yam, Niyam, Asana, Pranayam, Pratyahara, Dhyan, Dharana, and then comes samadhi. It's a long time. How much money will you spend for your classes and still you don't get samadhi, the trance. But Srila Prabhupada is very fond of this song and sang it before his lectures in Allahabad and Gorakhpur. Srila Prabhupada fell into trance after singing the first 2 lines, not the whole song, only 2 lines he said, and he fell into trance. And after some time he came back to external consciousness and said, now just chant Hare. Srila Prabhupada said that this song is a picture of Vrindavan. Everything is there. Shrimati Radharani, Vrindavan, Govardhan, Yashoda, and all the covered was. He translated, Krishna is the lover of Radha. He displays many enormous pastimes in the groves of Vrindavan. He is the lover of covered names and brother, the holder of greatest skill in Govardhan, the beloved son of Mother Yashoda, the delight of inhabitants of Brother, and he wanders in forest along the banks of the river. He was able to see everything right in front of his eyes. That is for self-realization. When you realize Krishna, you respect this song. But somebody will have a problem. So I decided to go. Om Namo Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Uderet. Nastyaprayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naischaki. Om ajnano timirandasya jnananjana shalakaya chakshurunmilitam yeno tasmai shri guruve namah. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishnavastaya Bhutare Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine. Namaste Sarasdeva Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesh Shnivadi Paschata Adishtarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. So today is the most auspicious day, and the reason is it is appearance day of Lord Vamana Deva. It is also appearance day of, you see there over there, Bhaktivedanta Thakur. Most part of the world, it is observed today as the appearance day of Bhaktivedanta Thakur. And also appearance day of Jiva Goswami. We are in this sampradaya. We respect Jiva Goswami, and that's his birthday. Nana Shastra Vicharane Kanipuno Saddharma Sanstapako Lokanam Hitakarano Tribhuvane Manyau Sharanya Karu Radha Krishna Padarvinda Bhajana Nandana Mataliko Vande Rupa Sanatano Raghuyugo Shri Jiva Gopalako Shri Jiva Gopalako Shri Jiva Gopalako. We also had another great personality in our parampara, and that was Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. So for this particular day, he makes a comment, and he says that by your massive steps, he's talking about Lord Vamanadeva. You deliver King Bali, and by Ganges water that has emanated from the nails of your lotus feet, you deliver all living entities within this material world. The greatest gift, he says, Lord Vamanadeva had given to this world is Mother Ganges. Being within this world, all glories to you, Lord Vamanadeva. Now he says, most people think that Ganges is Ganges. But he was a self-realized soul, so he could see what was exactly happening when Lord Vamanadeva pictured and punctured the sky and went to upper planetary system. So he raised his left hand, and Lord Brahma saw that lotus feet, and then he started washing lotus feet of Vamanadeva. Reflection of what was the cause, the effects of the cause. Cause is something. It's like a seed of a tree. So the causal ocean was leaking because there was a hole in the sky, and said that water is mixed with Ganges water. He could also see that Lord Narayan assumed his form as a water. You know those 5 elements? One of them is water. When he punctured the hole, Lord Narayan assumed form of a water, and it is mixed with Ganges water. So is a causal ocean leaked, Charanamrit from Brahma's water pot, Narayan himself turned into form of water and celestial river Ganges. And then he is praising Lord Shiva, because it shows how important it is to be a Vaishnava. And Lord Shiva is the topmost Vaishnava. So he says, Jaya Nityam Mahesham Rajat Girinibam Charu Chandravatansam Ratna Kalpo Ujvalangam Parashubrugavarabhiti Hastam Prasannam Padmasinam Samantastutama Amaragane Vyagrakritim Basanam Vishwadyam Vishwavanyam Nikhilabhairam Chandramoli Trinetram. He said, Lord Shiva, topmost Vaishnava, received over his head the first drop that came from sky. So he was so fortunate, he says. So today, we have to drink that Charanamrita At least try to understand the importance of today. Another personality, Jayadeva Goswami, and he says, we just sang, I don't know who sang, but I was listening, somebody singing. Tava kar kamar var nakham adbhuta shringam dalita hiranya kashipu tanu bhringam keshavadruta. What is that? Jai Jagadish Hare, right? So that was the Lord Narasimha. And then he extended the song and he says, Chalayasi Vikramane Balim Adbhutavaman Padnakhani Rajanit Jan Pavan Keshavadruta Vamana Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare. So there are 10 incarnations. Matsyam, Kurmam, Varaham cha, Narasimha cha Vamanam, Ramam 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 Krishna, Buddham Kalkim Namamyaham. So Matsya is the mean. So we have the incarnation in a form of a fish. Kurma avatar, Varaha avatar, Narasimha avatar, Vaman avatar. And then comes Ramam, Ramam, Ramam. Why 3 times Ramam? One is a Parshuram, the other one is a Ramachandra, and the third is Balaram, and Buddha and Kalki. So these are 10 incarnations, and he sang this in his song. So these are very important things that you should know when you celebrate the event. We hardly handful of events we celebrate, but we are 365 days, and someday, if I had a choice, I would turn this temple celebrating 365 incarnations, because there are unlimited incarnations. Unlimited incarnations. Like waves of ocean, God comes and goes, comes and goes, So it's possible that we could do that. Now, coming back to the real point, Srila Prabhupada not only established this International Society of Krishna Consciousness, but just like a microphone, if you buy this, some kind of literature you will find. Buy the cell phone or a camera or anything. Some kind of product information, how to use it, instructions, everything will come along with that. Similarly, Prabhupada has also given us instructions. What are that? It's very simple, very simple. You don't have to really spoil the whole day. In 1 second you can learn that. What is that? Ado Shraddha Tata Sadhu Sangha Atha Bhajana Kriya Tato Anartha Nivrutti Syat Tato Nishtha Ruchir Tataha. Just remember this. These are the very few steps that he is trying to make a point that this is the way you will grow in this particular place. In the beginning, there must be faith. Then one becomes interested in association with pure devotees. Thereafter, one is initiated by the spiritual master and executes the regulatory principles under his orders. Thus, one is freed from all unwanted habits and becomes firmly fixed in devotional service. Thereafter, one develops taste and attachment. This is the way of sadhana bhakti, the execution of devotional service according to the regulatory principles. Gradually, emotions intensify, and finally, there is an awakening of love. This is the gradual development law of Godhead for devotees interested in Krishna consciousness. So it's so simple. And you have to, when you get up in the morning, you try to analyze where I am standing actually. Do I have enough faith? Do I have already achieved the love of Godhead? You can find out within a week. Second thing he said, he took it from Padyavali. This is the beauty of his parampara, that he never ever said a single word out of his pocket. Everything came from parampara. So he took this phrase from Padyavali and he says, Naham vipro nacha narapati, napi vaishyo na shudro, Naham varni nacha gruhapatir, no vanastoryatirva. He says, you should have a kind of mentality, or you should come in that particular mood where you throw away all your identity, identification, designation, just dump them and say, I am not a Brahmana, I am not a Kshatriya, nor I am a Vaishya, nor a Shudra. Neither I am a Brahmachari, nor a Grahastha, nor a Vanaprastha, nor a Sannyasi, but I am simply the servant of servant of the lotus feet of eternally self-manifested, ocean of nectar of highest bliss, the master of gopis, Shri Shri Radha Govinda. You are just the servant of Radha Govinda, nothing else. You may be earning $500,000, doesn't matter. Nobody is going to ask you here. Nobody will respect you unless you are a devotee of Krishna. And then say, I am by nature the eternal servant of Krishna, but by misfortune, due to being inimical towards him from the time immemorial, I have been identified with this body and I have been wandering in the cycle of birth and death again and again in this material existence, being burned by threefold of miseries, now as a result of some unimaginable good fortune, by the mercy of our spiritual masters. Now, I am going to talk about my spiritual masters, but in your heart, you should always chant the name of your spiritual master. So, I will say, His Holiness Gaur Govind Maharaj, His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj, and His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. So as a result of some unimaginable good fortune by the mercy of my spiritual masters, I know that I am the eternal servant of Krishna, that I am an infinitesimal spiritual being completely apart from the gross and subtle body. Now by the order of my spiritual masters, following their footsteps, I have obtained the good fortune of being able to serve their lotus feet as well as the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Shri Shri Radha Govinda. So it's very simple. Today, I also wanted you to come into particular mood, because like I said, there were so many incarnations and so many celebrities. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, all his devotees and associates and almost every soul were singing this particular song. It is in Bengali, but then let me read the translation first so that you can appreciate the song. Today, all our sufferings, dejection of heart, pains and sorrows are destroyed. The darkness of ignorance is removed. Our pious deeds have borne fruits. All auspiciousness have arrived. Our forefathers, up to 71 generations, are delivered from cycle of birth and death. Our home and temple is purified. Our eyesight is fortunate to see no limit. We feel happy to find love of Godhead by the mercy of Sri Guru, Gauranga and Radha Govinda. Isn't it beautiful? This is just a transition. But then song goes like that. It is in Bengali, and some people may be knowing the words. Eji mora sakal dukher hela nashu, Eji mora divas hela parkashu, Eji mora janm karm sakal safla, Aji mora udaya sakal sumangla, Eji mora pritikul hoy udar, Eji se vasuti danya lamara, Eji mora nayan bhagya nahi seema, Aji mora sakal sukher paye prema. We can go on and on, but the idea is that everybody rejoiced and they were so happy to receive Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Same thing happened. The Krishna is always around us, but for a moment he tried to hide from gopis. And gopis were really disturbed. So in 10th canto, it says, having thus sung, the spoken their hearts out of various charming ways, the gopis began to weep because they couldn't see Krishna around. He was hiding. They began to weep loudly. They were very eager to see Lord Krishna. Then Lord Krishna, a smile on his lotus face, appeared before the gopis. Wearing garland and yellow garment, he directly appeared as one who can bewilder the mind of the pupil, who himself bewilders the minds of ordinary people. When the gopis saw that dearmost Krishna had returned to them, they all stood up at once, and out of affection for him, their eyes bloomed wide. It was as if the air of life had returned back to their bodies. So when Krishna was not there, they felt they were almost dead. And when Krishna reappeared, again they came back to life. And Shukadeva Goswami puts in a beautiful words in Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto. He says, Iti gopya pragayantya pralapanta suchitradha Rurudhvaswaram rajan Krishna darshana lalasa Tasamavirbhutasari Swayamala mukhambuja Pitambaradara sagvi Sakshata manmatha Pitambarada sagvi Sakshat manmat. Manmat means Kamadev, lust personified. We all have that. And especially in this country, you will find everywhere. So that Kamadev even was mystified to see Krishna. He was so beautiful. Kamadev said, who is this? He could not believe that somebody could be more beautiful than him. And Krishna came in this way. So here it says, then Lord Krishna, a smile on a lotus face, appeared before gopis. Wearing a garland and a yellow garment, he directly appeared as one who can bewilder the mind of Cupid, who himself bewilders the minds of ordinary people. Kamadev can only bewilder the ordinary people, but Krishna was even able to bewilder Kamadev himself. Now, when Vamandeva was born, it's very, very usual, but it's like little strange. For example, within couple of months, this Chaturmas will be over. And then God wakes up. As soon as Vishnu wakes up, what do? We are going to do this year also, every year we do. We do Tulsi Vivah. Right away, as soon as he opens his eyes, first thing we do is arrange a marriage ceremony for Lord. Isn't it strange? But that's what we do. So far as Vamana Dev is concerned, what happened? What did they do? So since he was born from Aditi and Kashyapa, they decided, let us do the Brahmanical thread ceremony. So he was given a Brahmanical thread and the ceremony was performed on a first day. What happened? When you get the Brahmanical thread, they teach you Gayatri Mantra. But here, the priest himself is sun god himself. So he chanted a Gayatri in the right ear of Vamanadev. Om Bhurbhuva Swaha Tatsaviturvareniyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Diyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Sun God is chanting that let us meditate on the worshipable effulgence of divine Sun who enthuses our meditation. And then Brihaspati offered sacred thread. The Brahmanical thread was offered by Brihaspati. Kashyapa Muni, he offered Vamanadeva a straw belt. Mother Earth offered him the deer skin. Moon god offered him a rod, the danda, the sannyasis usually carry. The brahmachari should also carry. So they offered him the rod. Aditi, the mother, offered the cloth. And Indra offered him the umbrella. Brahma offered him water pot. And Saptarshi offered him kusha grass. And Mother Saraswati offered him Rudraksh beads. So if you see, if you are Srimad Bhagavatam, I would strongly ask you, because I don't know, I'm not a learned person or I'm not even educated person. But because I read these books, I started learning all these things. And if you buy this one book of Bhagavatam, which is like in $200, you can buy 18 books, right? Just buy one book, I say. If you don't have money, we'll give you a free book. But buy it. It will change your views. It will change your life. Please buy a set of Bhagavatam. Not for yourself, for your kids. So, and then he was given this Brahmanical thread by chanting Yagno Pavitam Paramam Pavitram Praja Pareyat Sahajam Purastat Ayushyamagram Pratimuncha Shubram Yagno Pavitam Balamastu Tejaham. So ordinarily when you actually perform this ceremony of Brahmanical trade, that time all these paraphernalias are required and you need that many people to give you different things. For example, straw belt and a sacred thread, the mantra, the deer skin, rod, cloth, umbrella, water pot, kusha grass, and rudraksh bead. That will make you a brahmachari. So, if you have son or daughter, Prabhupada didn't matter. He said everybody is Brahmin. You are a boy or a girl. In India, it's different. In scripture, it's different. That they only Brahmins and boys they get this Brahmanical trade. Nobody else. But Prabhupada said, no, anybody can get it. So this is the advantage that in this place you can very well get that. Now again, somebody will play mridanga here. I don't know. The reason is this particular pastime that we have. Here you see that picture of Narsingadeva, and there is a Prahlad Maharaj is standing as a devotee of Lord Narsingadeva. He had a son named Virochan, and then Virochan had a son named Bali Maharaj. And Bali Maharaj was so greedy that he wanted every single thing in the world, and he tried to accumulate everything and took away everything, including kingdom of Indra. and he became like Indra. So the demigods complained to Krishna, and Krishna says, oh, well, okay, I will take birth as a Vamandev, and whatever I have given him, I will snatch it away from him. So this is the pastimes of Lord. What happened today at this particular moment? At that time there was happiness in all directions, in the reservoir of water like the rivers and ocean, and in the core of everyone's heart. The various seasons displayed their respective qualities, and all living entities in upper planetary system, in outer space, and on the surface of the earth were jubilant. The demigods, the cows, the brahmanas, and the hills and the mountains were all filled with joy. Now here, Shronayam Shramadvadasyam Muhurte Abhijit Prabhu Sarve Nakshatarascha Krutaschanma Dakshinam. So, in 10th canto, 8th canto, chapter 18, text number 5, Prabhupada translate. On the day of Shravan Dvadashi, the 12th day of bright fortnight in the month of Bhadra, means it's today. Today is Dvadashi, yesterday was Ekadashi. So today, when the moon came into the lunar mansion Shravan, at the auspicious moment of Abhijit, these are all different constellations, the names of the stars. The Lord appeared in this universe, considering the Lord's appearance very auspicious. All the stars and planets, from the sun to Saturn, were munificently charitable. Now in the commentary, Srila Prabhupada says, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, an expert astrologer, explains the words nakshatra, taradya. The word nakshatra means stars, and the tara in this context refers to the planets, and adya means the first one specifically mentioned among planets. First is Surya, from sun to Saturn. If you count from today, like see me after 1 week, what would you think? Today is Sunday, tomorrow is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, right? This is how you go. These are different locations of the planetary systems. Shukra, Chandra, Mangala, Rahu, Shani, Ketu, Guru, Budh, all these, are scattered in the sky. But distance-wise, the sun comes first, then comes moon. America thinks we made in the moon. Many times we visited moon. Prabhupada says, no, you can't go to moon unless you go to sun. Sunday comes first, Monday comes then, right? So these commentaries will definitely change all your views that you are thinking. Because all the modern scientists, they try to inject you all kind of things, but you will reject right away as soon as you read these books. That's why I strongly suggest you must read this. Now, going back to what I was talking about, playing mridanga, and try to listen to, because he broke the law. Baliraja broke the law, parigraha. He started accumulating everything, and that is why God punished him and took away everything. He says, all I want is 3 steps, a land on which I will walk 3 steps, 1, 2, and 3. And that's all, I don't want anything else. Baliraja agreed. And then the first step, he took all the visible universe. Second step, he punctured the upper planetary system and he took away everything from there. And he says, where do you want me to put my 3rd step? He says, I don't know. He says, your guru, you rejected him. He was telling you, don't do that. But you said, no, I will give donation, I will give charity. Take 3 steps. He didn't know he was God. So he says, you better bow down. I'll put my foot on your head and you will go to Sutala. There are different planetary systems. We are on Bhulok, Bhuvalok, Svarglok, Maharlok, Janalok, Tapalok, Satyalok. These are the 7 planets above and 7 planets down below. Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala and Patal. So 7 planetary systems below, 7 above. So Bali Raja was sent to Sutala. And because he had broken the law, he had to suffer this punishment. But God said, no, I will protect you. Because in your heart, there was not intention that you will lose something. There was intention of giving something. Today is a day of giving. Try. 3 cents. Write the box. 1 step, 1 penny. 2nd step, penny. 3rd step, throw 3 steps, cents, and see how much return you get out of it. Because today is a day of giving. Bali Raja gave away everything. So Krishna was so merciful, he says, I will protect you in Patal, in that planetary system also. I will be always with you, don't worry about it. And then once your punishment is over, you will get the kingdom of heaven. You will be the king of the heaven. So we are waiting for that time when he becomes king of heaven. Right now, he is suffering down below. But he was merciful and he was fortunate to receive this benediction from Lord Sri Krishna. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur thought that I am worse than Bali Raja. I accumulated so many things in my life. I never even wanted this, but I have this. Why? So that's why my mentality of parigraha, accumulating something, is a bad mentality and I must be punished. So he is teaching us a very beautiful lesson. This lesson contains only 3 words. 1 word is alochana. You talk about it. When you go to the church, there is a screen. There is a priest in front of you. You can see the priest, but you can listen to him through the holes in the partition. Priest can hear you, but he cannot see who is speaking. And then you tell priest, sorry, I stole money. And the priest will start praying to God, and he will say, God has forgiven you, and the person departs. So this is the way, confession they call it. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur is introducing alochana, that whatever wrong thing you think you did, you try to talk to Krishna. Then comes pratikraman. Pratikraman means you repent for that. That I am sorry. I raised my voice. I slapped somebody. I misunderstood. I didn't keep my word. Whatever it is, small or big. But try to repent for that. That is pratikraman. And then pratyakhyana. Remember the 3 words, alochana, pratikraman, pratyakhyana. Pratyakhyana means you promise that I will never ever do again. That's all you have to do. So this is a very fantastic composition Bhaktivinoda Thakur has come up with. So try to play if you can. The wordings are very beautiful. Amara जीवन सदा पापे रच नाहे को पुण्य लेशा. Amara जीवन सदा पापेर नाहे को पुण्येर लेशा परेर उद्वेग दयाची जे करतो दयाची जीवेर क्लेशा परेर उद्वेग दियाची जे करतो दियाची जीवेर क्लेशा. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that I am an impious sinner and have caused others great anxiety and trouble. First thing is committing. And then he says, Nije sukha lagi pape nahi dori doya hi na swarth paro. Nije sukha lagi pape nahi dori doya hi na swarth paro. पर सुख दुखी सदा मिथ्या भाषी पर सुख दुखी सदा मिथ्या भाषी पर दुख सुख कारो आमार जीवन सदा पापेर तुम नाहे को पुण्येर लेशा. Then he says, I have never hesitated to perform sinful acts for my own enjoyment. I want to enjoy. It doesn't matter. I can kill a cow, no problem. I can kill a fish, no problem. I can kill somebody, no problem, as long as I enjoy. I mean, I don't think Bhaktivinoda Thakur was like that. He's simply trying to teach us that no matter how big crime you have committed, just confess it. अशेषु कामना रुदि माजे मर क्रोधी दंभ परायण अशेषु कामना रुदि माजे मर क्रोधी दंभ परायण मदमत सदा विषय मोहिता मदमत सदा विषय मोहिता हिंसा गर्व विभूषण आमार जीवन सदा पापेर तू नाहे को पुण्येर लेशा. Then he says, devoid of all compassion, devoid of all compassion, concerned only with my own selfish interest. I am remorseful seeing others happy. When he sees somebody happy, he is not happy. So why this guy is happy? And then, I am perpetual liar, and the misery of others is a source of great pleasure for me. If somebody is crying or miserable, I feel good. Wow! You know, somebody's pain is my pleasure, and somebody's pleasure is my pain. That's what it is. There is a story of a king, and there was one person that he had hired was always smiling. He became even more popular than a king because every citizen liked him. He always smiled. That was his nature. And he was very nice to other people. A king got fed up and he told his personal secretary, hey, we have to do something about it. He said, what? He said, I don't feel comfortable with this guy. He's so good. His publicity is even more better than me, you know. What is happening, you know? So his secretary says, don't worry. So his secretary tried to make friendship with him, and he said, I want to visit you. And when he visited, he took a bag of 99 silver coins, and he put it on his sofa, as if he's forgotten. The man found 99 silver coins. And that's it. That was the end of it. Now he wanted to add one more silver coin so that he can have 100 silver coins. Next day he tells his wife, don't cook today. So why? No, we don't, He became miser. He wouldn't drink, he wouldn't eat, he wouldn't buy anything. And within a month, he became so miserable that the secretary went to king and he said, now he stopped smiling. He wanted to add one silver coin to $99. So this is the mentality of people, greed. And then Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, Nindralasya sukarya virat akarya udyogiyami. Nindralasya sukarya virat akarya udyogiyami. Pratishtha lagiya Shat acharan, prasthitha lagiya Shat acharan, lobhat sada kami, lobhat sada kami. Amar jivan sada paperat, nahe ko punyer leshan. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, ruined by laziness and sleep, I resist all pious deeds, yet I am very active and enthusiastic to perform wicked acts. For worldly fame and reputation, I engage in the practice of deceitfulness. Thus I am destroyed by my own greed and I am always lustful. Very strong words he is using for himself. And that's what we are. He is not talking for him, he is talking about us. Amar jivan sada paperat. I am impious sinner and I have caused others great anxiety and trouble. Then he says, Evan durjan sajjana varjita aparadhi nirantara. Ehno durjan sajjana varjita aparadhi nirantara. Shubh karya shunya sadatmana, Shubh karya shunya sadatmana, Nana dukhe jara jara, Nana dukhe jara jara. Amar jivan sada paperat, nahe ko punyer leshan. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. A vile, wicked man, such as this, rejected by godly people, is a constant offender. I am such a person, devoid of all good works, forever inclined towards evil, worn out and wasted by various miseries. I am an impious sinner and I have caused others to great anxiety and trouble. I have never hesitated to perform sinful acts for my own enjoyment. Very true. And then finally he says, Bardhakye khona upaya vihina tate dina kinchana. Bardhakye khona upaya vihina tate dina kinchana. Bhakti vinoda prabhura charane, Bhakti vinoda prabhura charane, Kare dukha nivedana, करे दुख निवेदन हमारा जीवन सदा पापे रतु नाहे को पुण्य लेशा हमारा जीवन सदा पापे रतु नाहे को पुण्य लेशा. He wrote this in his old age. When you are young, you don't realize what you are doing. The only time when your senses are dying or dead, you don't need your eyes anymore, you don't need ears anymore, your hands anymore, your legs anymore. When you are ready to die, that's the time only you realize, looking back at your past and think what you did. So he says, now in old age, deprived of all means of success, humble and poor, Bhakti Vinod submits his tale of grief at the feet of the Supreme Lord, Radha Govinda. So this is what we should be doing. The put all our means of success, humble and poor, submit tale and grief at the feet of Shri Radha Govinda, and try to confess and remember these three words, Alochana, whatever you do or you did, try to remember, put it in words, Pratyakhyana, try to remain for that. Please, God, forgive me, I should not have done that, but I did that. And then promise him that Radha Govindji, I will never ever do. You can do that anyway. But still, you tell him in Pratyakhyana that I will never ever do this, I promise. Your life will change from today. This evening is the last evening for you to commit anything wrong. So thank you very much for listening. Tomorrow you will see the big crowd that left already. They will come here for prasadam, because tomorrow they are going to celebrate appearance of Bhakti Vinod Thakur, and they will know who is Bhakti Vinod Thakur even. But they will wait for prasadam. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much. That was wonderful.
Hare.
Yeah.